thing that I love about commercial on the landlord side is that it's pretty, and retail especially, it's pretty much a, have you read your lease? Because it's a
Mm,
you problem. It's not a me problem.
yeah.
It's a you problem. You took this space for 20 years and you've taken full responsibility for everything. So like, oh, you've got mice. That's a you issue. You've got a leaky roof. That's a you issue. You've got a bad
Hmm.
HVAC unit. That's a you issue. It's all triple net, which
Hmm.
is, great for the landlord side.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Paul Voutsas, who is the founder of PVIM, and it's a brokerage functioning out of the East Coast. So thank you for being here, Paul.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning. How did you get into this industry?
So when I was in college, I was kind of forced into this. My family has some retail properties in Arlington, and first they had me do the manual labor they didn't want to pay to do. So they'd have me go fix things like broken windows and broken fences, and have me paint restaurants on the outside while I was in college for, just to have some money to go out to the bars. And then after that, we had one of our first vacancies in a long time, so they had me help lease that. So we ended up leasing a diner that was called Caesars before to Bob and Edith's. And then from there, I got my license and I joined a small boutique brokerage in Woodbridge, where I was there for 3 years, and then joined another small one for starting my own. But, always been in retail my whole life and I've loved it.
Wow. So you just
Mhm.
kind of, you fell in love with it at a certain point?
I did. I did, because retail it's the more fun side of commercial, because it's all, you get to go try new restaurants, you get to go see new things. It's more,
Mhm.
there's more people involved. It's not as cut and dry as standard commercial, which is all numbers based, but there's more people to see and more things to do.
That's fun. Yeah. So how do you kind of scope out properties?
The traditional way, like CoStar, LoopNet, see what's out there. Driving by too, if I see a sign, because there's not too many owners that are doing their thing in their own commercial anymore. They've kind of realized that it's hard to lease something, and that unless you're doing this full time, it's almost impossible to do a for sale or for lease by owner thing at this point. And then, if I see something that's falling apart, I'll give them a call, see if they want to sell it. But that's what I usually do.
Nice. And then what makes commercial, like what makes it so difficult? What makes it so different?
Commercial, it's the clients, right? They need, a lot of people want to open a business, but they don't know they need to have a few $100,000 just to get the landlord to answer the phone. Just because, like, if someone tells me they want to start a restaurant and they say I have 100,000 in cash, I can't even help them open a 500 square foot restaurant, because their build alone is going to cost about 300-400 grand. Like, they need to have cash, they need to have, you know, capital, and they need to be able to get going. So that's kind of what makes it hard. Getting into commercial is very hard as a tenant. And same as a landlord. The properties now are going for, you want to buy a retail center, it's going to cost you like 10-12 million at this point.
Oh,
Just
wow.
for something small. Yeah, yeah. Especially in this area. This area is very expensive. So
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
it's hard
Tell
to break
everybody what
into.
area you're in.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm in Alexandria, Virginia, my office, which is right outside Washington, DC. You're one of the most stable markets in the country in terms of commercial. Our rents don't really drop too low. Our average price per retail square foot is probably in the mid 50s at this point. Um, Depending on what you want. The Class A retails, I've seen as high as the 120 to 130. It's a very expensive market.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you kind of transitioned into, you know, being in real estate, when you actually formed your own brokerage, what was kind of the mindset going into this and, starting your own thing?
Um, I had a good enough backing. I had a large portfolio in my back pocket that I could, build my brand off of. I think we have something like 40,000 square feet of total retail out there. And we had 4 or 5 vacancies, so you get out there pretty fast in terms of starting my own. And so when I did that last year I think it was April, is when I launched. The first deal I did was I took a former bank and turned it into a QSR, and leased that way above market. And I just kind of used that to keep building off of.
Yeah.
Every time I got, we didn't want to lease it to the tobacco store because there was already 6 of them in that block. So we just wanted to do a restaurant there, and it took some time, but we got that done.
Yeah. Nice. And, in your line of work, you're working with a lot of investors rather than,
Yes.
maybe families and stuff like that. How is that strategy a little bit different, and how is your experience different?
They know what they want. And,
Mm.
anyone that tells you they know more of their clients is full of it. I don't pretend to be the expert in front of my clients. What they want is what I do because they've done this longer than I have. And they've been doing this for a long time. They know exactly what they want. They know their deal structure. They know everything. It's just find the deal for them and let them do their research. That's what commercial is.
Yeah.
We don't try to, we're not, if you try to educate your clients in this industry, it's an arrogant thing to do, and they're going to see it and they're going to get pissed off and they're going to go somewhere else because they want you to find their deals and let them do their work. If they want help, they'll ask you for it. That's kind of the key difference. Like we make term sheets and we save them money on attorneys. That's what a broker does in commercial. That's our main thing, is to save our clients money.
So maybe like a little less emotional.
Oh, for sure. It's all numbers driven. It's all numbers. And, if there's not a lot of room for emotion in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I bet that you work with kind of the same people over and over.
Yes, I do for the most part. It's the same 5 or 6 different people that I send my deals to first. And, if they want, one of them usually wants a deal, if it's a good deal for the most part. If not, I'll just go through CoStar and track down recent buyers and find their info and go to them directly.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm.
And just in terms of the commercial opportunity in general, talk
Mhm.
about just the market and what it's looking like right now, because I think there's a lot of information being thrown out.
There is, for sure. So there's a lot more things coming for sale now. Especially in our region, I think people are starting to kind of feel the effects of Doge, which who knows will be long term or short term. Doge is what kind of, or before Doge, we were kind of recession proof because there's so many government jobs here, and those have been slashed. Who knows if that's actually going to be a permanent thing or a short term thing? But people are starting to sell things that they wouldn't consider selling before. Um, for example, one of my clients is about to close on a building that the owner sold because they lost their government job and they had that property in their family for a long time. So they sold a small little
Mm.
retail property for about 4 million, and they're moving out. So things like that. There's more investment opportunities right now. In terms of the retail leasing side, which is where I spend most of my time, there's not that many opportunities out there. If there are, they're already leased for the most part. Um,
Mhm.
and it's just now we're looking for deals in 26 and 27.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
And are you optimistic about the future of it?
Oh, of course. As a landlord, I love it.
Yeah.
As a landlord, it's great. As a
Yeah.
broker, it's hard because,
Yeah.
waiting that long for deals to come that might not come is kind of, it can be stressful for sure as a broker. And I get that from young agents that, if they don't have another source of income, it's hard to dive into this full time without something to support your checks because everything that can go wrong will in this industry. But
Right.
at the end of the day, the commissions are worth it, right?
Right.
Yeah, they're large and they'll sustain one decent commission will sustain you for a whole year. So
Yeah. That's great.
yeah,
And on the landlord side, I mean, it's kind of interesting the problems you probably have to deal with in your space. It's just different problems than on the residential
yeah.
side.
The thing that I love about commercial on the landlord side is that it's pretty, in retail especially, it's pretty much a have you read your lease? Because it's a
Mm,
you problem. It's not a me problem.
yeah.
It's a you problem. You took this space for 20 years and you've taken full responsibility for everything. So like, oh, you've got mice, that's a you issue. You've got a leaky roof, that's a you issue. You've got a bad
Mhm,
HVAC unit, that's a you issue. It's all triple net, which
mhm.
is, great for the landlord side. And not as good for the tenant side, but it's the normal now. It's the standard and everyone's doing it. So
Yeah.
it's all triple net leases. So it's just, and these tenants are still paying, which is good. And they're still on
Yeah.
time
No,
and
that makes
it's
things really easy.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to, do you deal with you don't have to deal with graffiti and stuff like that?
Um, I mean, we'll take care of it. We don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not our responsibility, but we'll
Mhm.
still take care of it because we have
Yeah.
two guys on staff full time for maintenance. So things like that, we'll send them around to take care of. And it's there's not too many graffiti issues because our stuff is it's in a part of Arlington where there's not a lot of graffiti. It's not a bad part of Arlington. We've got stuff in Manassas where
Mhm.
there's
Yeah.
occasionally graffiti
Nice
on it,
area.
but we get that cleaned up. Old Town
Yeah.
Alexandria is historic. The worst thing we had happen here was they filmed a fake murder and threw fake blood on the building. And
What
like,
do you mean? Like for a movie?
yeah, so we bought this building from a local bank called Burke and Herbert. It's their old headquarters. And apparently there was some murder in the 1700s. This is one of the oldest towns in America. And like these guys were YouTubers and they recreated it every year on the building. So after we had closed on it, I come in my office one day and I see blood on like gravel and teeth. And I'm like, this looks like someone got killed here. So we called the cops. Cops came out and they're like, um, it looks like there was something that happened here, but we don't know. And then two cops were arguing back and forth. One said blood doesn't dry that color. And so they tested it and it was like sugar and
Mm.
cornstarch. But anyway, fast forward a year later, I have cameras up this time and I catch them on site doing what they're doing. So they're filming a fake murder.
They
Um,
do it every year?
not anymore, they won't, but they're doing
Yeah.
it every year. Because,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, you can't throw fake blood on a historic building because the review board here is the worst thing to deal with. And if you touch a historic building, they will make your life a living hell.
Wow. Yeah. I bet there's a lot
Mm.
of historic buildings like in the DC area.
There are for sure. There are for sure. My office is one of the pallbearers for George Washington lived here apparently.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a very, very
Are there
historic building.
special rules for that? I imagine there's like a lot of red tape to get around in
There's
terms of
so
like
much
in the
red tape. Like
brokerage world.
if we have a
Yeah.
jewelry store in the front, if someone smashes the window, I have to go to the review board to get permission to get it replaced.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
Yeah, so it's a
permission.
lot of red tape. Same with Georgetown. Georgetown's super historic and like the same
Yeah.
thing. You got to go through so much red tape just to get things approved. So
And
it's good.
what constitutes as a historic building? Like what are the specifications?
I shouldn't probably say this, but I have no idea. It's whatever the review board
Yeah.
decides, right? Like,
Someone just decides. Yeah.
we have a block of restaurants that's called Historic Restaurant Row, but it's not actually historic. So who knows? I think it's just I think it's something that people have too much time on their hands to take care of and call something
Yeah.
historic. Old Town's done a
Yeah.
good job with it, keeping it very unique and different.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But overall, like I couldn't tell you. I'm not a history major. I just know that if it's a historic building, it's gonna have some issues. It's gonna be a pain, and it's gonna be fun to deal with. And someone's gonna make you listen
Right.
and talk for 3 hours about nothing. Yeah.
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 That's so funny. So, you own your own brokerage. You're also a
Yes.
landlord. Give us some like tips that you've learned from starting your businesses. Like, what's something you wish you learned earlier in your career?
The cost. The first thing I wish then was someone actually explained the cost of it. Because, you sit there and you're like, you think it's only going to cost this much. And then you're not factoring your insurance. You're not factoring in how much time it's going to take for people to actually take you serious to get a deal. And like, make sure you have a year reserves before you do it, just because it's going to
Mhm.
take at least a year to get your first deal done.
Right.
And it definitely takes time. And make sure you have, you know, you're going to hit a lot of walls and just keep going. Don't give up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good advice because I think people, especially in the real estate business, they see people making like so much money and they assume that it's maybe simple or it should come very easily. And that's not the
They do.
reality.
It's not all. And I think a lot of it's also BS and glamour. Um,
Yeah.
you know, my dad was an accountant by trade. So I've seen a lot of people's books growing up who were claiming to have X amount of money that didn't. So it's a lot of glamour and it's a lifestyle that they choose to maintain, but they are all up to their eyeballs in debt, most of them, maintain that fake
Yeah.
lifestyle. Um, invest your money wisely and make sure it's a good deal. Every deal is different.
hmm Yeah. And what did that first year look like for you? When was like your big break where then things started to flow in for you?
Um, so I had the listings already from our properties, right? So I pretty much was just taking people that would call in without a broker and just representing them and getting as many deals as I done with them as I could, as if they were, just trying to turn them into flip them. So I had a lot of QSRs calling me. So I was, I got a few of those working. And then my biggest break was a med spa, that I
Mm.
put in one of our buildings in Old Town. They're called Luxuria Med Spa. Now they're on 10 locations now and we're expanding to 20. So they were, a huge tenant to get for sure. We just finished Virginia. Now we're expanding to North Carolina. We also want to go to Kentucky. So that was a good find.
Good.
And it's just, you just got to make sure that you know what you're doing and that they
Mhm.
trust you enough to let you handle their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's really all it takes. It's like one small win or
One
big
big
win.
tenant, one big tenant
Yeah.
is all it takes for sure. And like, it helps for sure. And it's fun. So now next week I got to go to Charlotte for these guys. And then I got to go to Kentucky and travel Kentucky. So I'll be putting some miles on my car for sure.
Nice. And how do
Yeah.
you in terms of fostering your client base, what are your tips on just servicing your client base and how you work with people and how to establish trust?
Have a good CRM, follow up all the time. Follow up is key, and answer the phone. The one thing that commercial brokers don't do is answer the phone. I don't know why. We're in the sales industry, why they don't answer their phone. I get it. Every phone call costs us money, but like, answer the phone. You never know who's going to have the money to actually buy the deal, who's going to have the money to actually lease it. Because it's the least person you expect for sure. Like, it's the least expect. Like,
Right.
there's people would there's a Greek guy I know who's got a few hundred million in shopping centers, and he would do the work that no one would want. He had a clean company first and grew into large shopping centers from that. But like, if you saw him, you think like this guy, he's driving a Toyota. What's he doing? Why is he so like he can't afford this? And you look at his books and it's like, oh, he's got 100 million cash right now just to throw it out. So like, give everyone a chance. Don't judge a book by its cover for sure.
Yeah,
and
that's really good advice. I think people do
Yeah.
that frequently.
for sure. And if they're super flashy, then be skeptical.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if they're showing a lot, they're either brand new money, which is not a bad thing, or they're trying to pull one over you. That's been my
Right.
experience.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's next for you? What do you see happening in the next few years?
Trying to get a few more shopping centers. So we're seeing what's coming available. And then, growing the team. I've got 3 agents starting this month. And just trying to keep their pipelines full. So anything I can do to help them grow is for sure the best thing. So I'm investing in lead sources. I'm investing in AI lead generation. I'm investing in, like there's a few things I use. I use tenant based, which is good because you pay a fee up front, but they charge you when you close instead of cost per lead, which I like. They charge a percentage of the commission. So, they're pretty much, they're in it for the results. Apollo AI is also a good one because it'll help you find, the decision makers for the deals. So that's a really good one to use too, and things like that.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, tell everyone where to find you.
So I'm in Old Town Alexandria. My office is right next to Market Square in Fairfax Street. So, you can find me on my website at www.pvimre.com or my phone number is 703-685-0000.
Amazing. And he answers the phone. So
I do answer the phone. I do as much as I can.
yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here, Paul.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And thank you everyone for listening. And we will see you back next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.